Hello, and welcome to another episode of Elizabeth Burnt, This and That. Tonight, she reviews the TV series Picard.
Welcome back, everybody. I honestly would like to say that Season 1 was perfection throughout. Now, I've got some vetching to do about Season 2, unfortunately. Season 2 felt like trudging through molasses, and Rafaela's whole spiel, it was just tiresome, no offense. We could have solved Picard's trauma in 1 or 2 episodes at best, but sadly it was a whole season of just lingering around his mind and dredging up the trauma, and just it was a slog. I hate to say that, but Season 3 felt like a redemption. However, another nag here. They completely forgot Dr. Girardi. Sorry, that's a little bit of a spoiler. They forgot her. And she had merged with the Borg Queen in Season 2. So when we were introduced to the Borg Queen again, I thought, what happened to Girardi? I don't know. It seemed like kind of a plot hole. But beyond that, I think that as entirely, the series itself was quite well done. And there were many moments where I found myself just absolutely bawling like a baby. I can't help it. This is just how I am. I'll get invested in a story or a character, or it's something nostalgic. Like for me, I'm a Trekkie, so I grew up with the original series. My parents introduced me to me when I was young, and I used to watch TNG with my parents when I was growing up, and watched Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and almost all of the series except for Enterprise, because no offense, I really didn't care for Enterprise all that much. But other than that, I've enjoyed almost every series that has ever been written concerning Star Trek. This one ended on a cliffhanger because they brought back one of my favorite characters, and I thought, well, why couldn't they have done more with that? I know that's another thing that kind of vexes me, but I read a little bit on that subject, and Patrick Stewart, he's getting a little bit long in the tooth. So I don't think he'll be doing another series. And a lot of the other actors are a little bit older as well. So they've spoken about it, but no real plans have been made of either a movie or, well, they're not going to continue Picard, obviously, but I wish they would with his son, because I think that they could do something with it. And I would definitely watch it because one of my favorite characters comes back. But what do you have to say? I personally think it's a 3.5 out of 5 as a whole. And I give it 2 thumbs enthusiastically up. But what did you think about the series, John?
If you erase Season 2, it was a great series.
Right.
Season 2 was just excruciatingly painful to watch.
It was awful.
Most every episode felt like filler.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the writers don't have any great ideas, they throw something out there just to get the episode out by its due date. And also with, the Borg Queen totally changing from Season 2 to Season 3. No continuity there whatsoever.
There was zero continuity.
Boy, it jumped the shark at that point.
It did.
Heading into Season 3, I thought, oh no, this is going to be a nightmare. And then Season 3 redeemed itself. But
yes, it did.
With that one little caveat that, you just changed, plot hole supreme. You just changed the character midstream. So that was my, main bone of contention with 3 seasons. Is Season 2 just
and a cliffhanger.
Sucked.
And the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
You could have continued from the cliffhanger, but
yeah.
Unfortunately, they didn't.
So that's all I've got to say about it. Very enjoyable series. I agree. Picard's getting a little long in the tooth. Patrick Stewart, great actor, but
Yeah.
he just,
Fantastic actor.
he just looked tired. He didn't have the same energy as the
No.
other cast members.
No.
So, we wish him well in his retirement, but he's got to be in his 80s, somewhere in his 80s.
81. He's 81.
Okay. And to be able to still successfully act at age 81 is
Well, he's still
amazing.
doing other roles. Like he's still Professor X, and he still
Yeah.
does voiceovers. So he's extremely talented.
Yeah, but for Star Trek, he just couldn't match the
He couldn't
energy of
match
the
the
rest of the
energy that he
cast,
had before.
especially given the giving the storylines that were
Right.
there. So,
Precisely.
what else you got coming up? This will come out on, I think, next Wednesday.
Well, I know that Conclave will be coming. I will be releasing my review of Conclave.
That's Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday.
Okay, and then because
So
it's coming
this one
Friday,
will be-
this will be
yeah,
this coming Friday. Okay,
coming Friday.
We're trying to get more of these in the can to where she can come out with these on a reliable timeline. And then you released today. We went to watch Stu Fobb give a presentation on antique cameras. He's got just an immense, amazing collection. That video is published if you want to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's just up.
And we were at the local museum where he gave about an hour-long presentation.
Right.
And he's just got an amazing collection of, cameras from
His wealth
mostly
of
the
knowledge is
1900s.
just incredible.
And he's a great presenter. And if you want, if you like cameras or like history or both, Elizabeth has already published that, and you can go back a few episodes.
And if you're a
see it.
cinematographer or if you're into cinematography, there was a little bit of that in that presentation. And for me, I was just completely compelled. That's my favorite thing.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yeah.
And look forward to the publishing the next episode of Elizabeth Burnt's This and That. Say goodnight.
Night.